everybody, welcome to the Elevate Talk Show Season 5. It's great to be back after our summer break. We're feeling refreshed and renewed, right?
Yeah, we are.
I'm Deanna Cauthen and I am your host.
And I'm Adrianna Cauthen, your co-host. And we're the mother-daughter talk show that's here to elevate your family.
Absolutely.
If you haven't done so already, please take a second to like our video and to subscribe so that you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes.
Yes. And for Season 5, we have some exciting things that will be happening this season, right?
Yes, we do.
That's right. Now, including some live streams that we will be adding to the show and some product reviews. So you absolutely want to tune in for the latest and greatest things that we'll be doing on the Elevate Talk Show. Adrianna, give our audience a brief overview of what they're going to be seeing today.
So today, my mom is going to show you all the trips that we've taken in the Metro Atlanta area and beyond in our Around the Town segment. And in this week's conversation segment, she's going to sit down with the Performing Arts Troupe at the Tobie Grant Senior Center so that they can share what they do and how they use performing arts to elevate the community.
Absolutely, elevate the community, but also elevate their own lives. These were a really, really inspirational group of older people, and you want to hear their story. Also, in today's Fashion Hack segment, that's the segment that Adrianna takes us through, where she takes us through our paces as far as fashion tips are concerned. She's going to be talking about how the difference between full skirts versus half skirts and how to choose the best skirt type, right?
Yes.
For your body. Good stuff, folks. This girl has me looking sharp when I step out the house. You absolutely want to listen to her. All right, and in this week's Meal of the Week, Adrianna's going to show you guys how to make an easy homemade chicken sandwich. I'm talking about the kind like Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we had one this past week. Eat your heart out, Chick-fil-A. Okay? Or Popeyes, or Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Mom, don't make sandwich threats.
Oh, okay, sorry. But it was good. So you want to stay tuned for that as well. So we're going to take a little break, but don't go away. We will be back. Welcome back to the Elevate Talk Show, and in our conversation segment, I got a chance to sit down with Gwendolyn Thomas, who is the director of the Senior Performing Arts Troupe at the Tobie Grant Center in DeKalb County, Georgia, as well as some of the troupe members to talk about performing arts and how that has elevated their lives, how that has helped them to age well, and to really navigate retirement. It was a wonderful time.
Yes, the seniors were very inspirational. Please take a look at the interview with the Tobie Grant Senior Performing Arts Troupe.
Show interview. We're here at Tobie Grant with our seniors, fabulous seniors. And so I just kind of wanted to, I was talking with Ms. Thomas, and I wanted to get some information about what you all do, why you do it, when everything started. So I'm going to ask some questions, and if you have some answers and want to share, I'm going to kind of just come to you. And the camera young lady will travel with me, and so we can make sure we hear what you have to say. So let's just start from the beginning. And this might go to you, Ms. Thomas. So how did the Performing Arts Group get started?
I moved to Georgia in 2010, and I have been working with senior groups in California for many years. And when I came to Georgia, the Senior Center, they had a choir and a drama club, but they weren't doing too much. So I created the Performing Arts. And from there, it's all the way up to the top.
Wow, so I didn't realize this, but you created this. I did not realize this. And what year was that?
2010.
Wow, so this has been going on 12 years. Excellent, excellent. Now, as a senior person, and this could be for anybody, I'll walk over to you. How has this group helped to improve your life? How has doing performing arts help to improve your life? Anybody can answer that. Just raise your hand and I'll. Or you may need to come up this way, but the mic's not going to reach. Yeah, they don't have to come. So tell me, share with me, and anybody else can answer this as well. Yes, so share with me, please.
Yeah, I just want to share a little something with you. I was at home on retiree, and I was at home doing nothing, and I had my friend to ask me about, tell me about New Walker. And so when she did, I was so excited. And I said, oh yeah, I'm definitely going. So I been there, and you know, I love what I do with performing arts. I've been with New Walker Group now about 3 years. About 3 years, and I really love getting up in the morning, doing what I need to do.
I love it.
What old folks do.
Thank you for sharing. We may, if someone else wants to share about how this group has improved their life, please come share. And let me get a clarification. I know you guys are performing out of Tobie Grant, but is it true that you started at New Walker?
Yes.
Okay, so that's clarification. So share, please.
Yes, my name is Louise, and I was threatened by Gwen to join the performing arts. And it has improved my life, you know, because it was things that I did and I wanted to do, I got a chance to do at the work.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Please. Share with us, please.
Well, I've never been in performing arts. I basically was in church. And when I walked into a New Walker, I didn't come to join the performance arts. I came to do water aerobics to help me in my health. And for one reason or another, a good friend of mine sitting back there who's going to kick me when I go back there. She said, you ought to come and join us. And I said, well, I love to sing and I love to praise the Lord. So I did. I joined. Yes. I never left. I'm excited. And I come ready to praise God and have a good time.
That's good. Praise God. That's wonderful. You guys are full of the joy of the Lord. I will have to tell y'all. I can't leave this time with y'all without being full of the joy of the Lord. So what a blessing. Anybody else want to share? Yes, please.
I retired in 2016, and I had been working as a professor for the longest. And I said, well, I'm so glad I'm retired now. I don't have to really do anything. And a friend of mine said, come go to a little office center with me. And we could get on the computers and, just do what we could do. And I got there, and then I heard this beautiful sound coming from this room. So I pictured in to see what's going on. And I saw all these beautiful people just singing and praising, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that. Wow. And I met Gwen Thomas, and she told me, that I was going to sing. I told her, I can't sing. She said, can you talk? If you can talk, you can sing, and that's a motto for all of us. Everybody sings.
That's wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. So now, I know we are just coming out of a pandemic, but when do y'all perform? When you can answer this?
We perform for different civic groups. We performed 3 times at Port of Sanford and packed the house. We had 3 different plays that we did. The first one was Hallelujah and that Great Getting Up Morning. And it started from slavery up to the 21st century. And we did a tribute to Ray Charles and then a tribute to Sam Cooke.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you normally perform 3 times a year? Is that
Well, more often than that.
Wow.
Yes,
And so now, how many current members are there in the group?
58.
58. Men and women, I see. That's wonderful.
We have about 12 sick and shut-ins.
So some are sick and shut in. Now, if there are other seniors that are interested in performing in this arts group, how do they go about doing that? Do you need to, and I think I know the answer to this, do you need to have any previous performing experience? Anybody want to share about that? How does someone go about getting in this group?
Well, I don't have any experience in singing. Willie Bonner, he was in the group, he passed away, rest his soul. He asked me to back up sing for him.
Oh, wow.
So I said, Willie, I don't think I can sing. He said, man, come on, man. You know? So I backed up singing for Willie and listening to Willie sing and listening to me sing, and I said, I don't think I can sing no more. I know I can't sing. You know, but they kind of tricked me in the group.
Wow. Wow.
After that,
Yeah.
Gwen gave my fiance a part
Oh, wow.
and said, this would be perfect for Bill.
Oh, wow.
And I read the part,
Yes.
and I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I could do that.
Wow.
And
That's
so
great.
I've been with the group ever since,
Oh,
and
that's
now
terrific.
they got me doing everything.
Yeah, I see. You are the tech guy and all.
Well, all of them depend on me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Try to help the stage manager. I try to get the seats together. I try to do this. I wash the cars. And, you know, I do a little bit of everything. You know, but
So it
I'm in the
sounds.
group now, and
Yeah.
I mean, they depend on me, and I don't mind.
That's good.
Sounds like all are welcome. All are welcome. I think that's my answer. And this kind of piggybacks on another question, on a previous question. So why you have a lot of seniors that are sitting at home. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show. I have a mom who's 85, just retired from Fulton County as a teacher, less than 6 months ago. And so she's trying to figure out the next thing for herself. And she lives in Fulton County, she's in Sandy Springs. And I said, Mom, I'm telling you, I don't know what's happening in Fulton County, but the seniors in DeKalb County got it going on. Okay? You need to get up out of that easy chair and put on your clothes and go on to the senior center in Fulton County. And you know she has done that, and she is really enjoying herself. So I want to speak to that because there's a lot of different age groups that watch the show. Why are activities like this important? Can someone share with me? And why should a senior get up and do, not necessarily this, but get up and get out and get into activities? Can someone share and speak to that? Anybody, it doesn't matter. Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, the primary reason that you want to be active and you want to do things and you want to be as creative as possible to keep your mind going. I know I fought seniorhood for a long time, and I'm still fighting it. But I enjoy being with other people who are like-minded and want to do things, want to be creative, and I feel so humbled to be part of this creative montage of beauty and talent. And so I just feel so wonderful that you have the spirit of doing and activity and creativity. And that keeps your mind active as well as your body. Thank you.
Yeah, I love a couple of things that he said. It sounds like having a place like this gives you guys community. And I think that that's super, super important for people to feel like they are a part of a community and not to feel alone. And that's what I was telling my mom. She was like, after she left work, she didn't have that community anymore. And so she was sitting at home and just feeling depressed. But getting out and getting back into life and being a part of the senior group has been helpful to her. Also, he mentioned something a second ago. He said he's been fighting seniorhood a long time. And I'm going to share a story with you. I was in the Bronx the other day. Actually, two different scenarios happened. And the young girl that was checking me out said, do you want your senior discount? And I'm looking around, I'm thinking, who's she talking to? I'm not no senior, but I'm starting to grade a little bit here. And I said, what do you mean a senior discount? She said, oh, I just wanted to make, sometimes people get upset if you don't give them their senior discount. I was like, well, I'm not a senior. And she said, and I said, what age does senior discount start at? She said 55, and I was like, oh God, I'm 56. But I had never, up until that moment, I really had not really thought of myself as a senior. And then I went to, where else were we at? The bowling. We bowl, me and her bowl twice a week. And so the young guy said, I was asking him about bowling leagues. And he said that they would start the new summer bowling leagues in June and that there was a senior bowling league coming up. I was like, again? What is this? But anyway, and I thought, maybe I need to dye my hair, but my husband said, no, you don't need to dye your hair. You have earned every one of these gray hairs. They are yours. And so all the children and all the mess that they done did to us. So anyway, but it just resonated with me when he said that he was fighting senior, because I felt myself resisting that. But you know what? I am embracing my age. I'm embracing 56. It's better to be 56 than to not be here at all. So I am grateful, and looking at y'all is an encouragement to me about what senior, because if I could look like any one of y'all at y'all's age, I would be blessed. So thank y'all for being with me. Any last things that anybody would like to share as far as, yes ma'am?
Yes, I just wanted to say that, when you look around, we are of all different ages, we are of all different careers, we learn so much from each other. Even now, everybody has something to share, and it's just a blessing to be among these.
Wow. Can I have a question? Who is the oldest participant in this group?
Little things you can do that.
Oh, wonderful. Please stand up and tell us how old you are. Yeah.
24th, 1933.
Wow. Wow. So 89, yeah, come on now, y'all know that deserve a hand clap. That's amazing. If I can look like that at 89, I will be in hog heaven. That's amazing, wow. Any other thoughts and things y'all want to, yes please.
I just want to say that, there's a saying that if you don't use it, you lose it. And I think that to keep from sitting down when you get out, it keeps your muscle mass going. Coming in here and engaging with other people and citizens, the senior citizens, that it also keep your mind. Because when you're sitting at home by yourself, you don't have anyone to engage with. They say that that's when dementia and Alzheimer's set in. So I think that it's so important that us as seniors, that we get out, because we're still cooking. We're not done.
That's it. And I think that, I think that is such an important point, because I think we think the world belongs to the young people. And not that it doesn't, but we're not to be discounted and diminished either because we age. And I think that's part of why people may resist wanting to be older or getting older, because we think that it puts us out to pasture. But looking at y'all tells me absolutely not so. Did you want to share?
I would like to acknowledge Dr. Gwendolyn Cooley. She's one of our honorary members, she and her husband.
Yes.
And she came all the way from Chicago for this performance. And Dr. Cooley, come on up, Dr. Cooley. Dr. Cooley came into our existence with her I Can Go to God prayer line. It's a ministry they do telephonically, and we did something that hasn't been done. We did a Christmas cantata telephonically through her, and we did an Easter cantata telephonically through her. All of us were in our own individual homes, and we spread that like it was a stage performance.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I just want to give her the glory, and I'd like for her to say something.
Thank you. Please share.
Thank you so much. I tell you, this is a wonderful time for me and my husband to to be here with you all. I thank my sister May for bringing me into this circle. This is a community, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I want to send you all over. I love hats. It's so appropriate for this time. But I'm from Chicago, and I didn't think that we would be able to connect like we've connected. I feel closer to all of you than I do a lot of people who I've known for many years, because they're not doing. And they tell me that something that's not doing, if you're not moving, then you just as well be dead.
Wow.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying about your mom. Keep her active, keep her moving. I tell you, I won't miss a beat. It's easy to talk to somebody who knows where you've been.
Yes.
It's just wonderful. And I want to thank the Civil Wings group for the beautiful cantata that they gave on my prayer line, prayer line. I'm just so grateful for you. All of the people remember them, and we're now in the process of getting a reunion together in Chicago. So all of the beautiful people can come and give us an in-person stage performance. So thank you for allowing this to happen, and thank you, Gwen, for allowing me to be a part of it. Thank you, man.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. I just thank God for being here today, and I thank God for Dr. May inviting me to come to enjoy. And when I came to enjoy, I said I want this to be a part of my life. I was at home cleaning up, making sure everything is clean. And she called me one day and she said, come and go with me. And I think you will enjoy. And I have enjoyed every one of you all. I am so glad to be here among you all, among the seniors, because I don't have to clean up like I used to clean up. I can come out here and enjoy myself. And I thank God for me being here, and I thank God for her inviting me. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Gwen wants to share a couple of things.
I want all of the 80-plus-year-olds, when I call your name, just stand where you are. Burnell Kennedy Smith. She's 84 years old.
Amazing. I don't know what y'all are drinking. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Rose Miles is 83. That's a songbird was here singing.
Beautiful.
Mary Ledbetter is 84. She's a beauty queen.
My goodness, yes.
Thelma Caesar, 81. Opera singer.
Just gorgeous.
Nellie Goins, she's not here today. She had to work. She's 82. She used to be a race car driver.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Theodore Ted Nelson, 85. Romeo. Alexander Jenkins, he couldn't be with us today. He's been hospitalized again. He's 80.
Yes.
Ernestine isn't here. She's 82. Mandy isn't here. She's 80. Verna Waller is ill. She's 87. Robert Waller is 82. And Ilya Harris is hospitalized. And one of our great singers.
Wow, you guys truly are super seniors. Y'all make my day. It's a what? Give yourselves a hand clap. That's amazing. We're going to take a little break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back to the Elevate Talk Show. In today's Fashion Hack segment, I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between full circle skirts and half circle skirts, and the difference between them and how to choose the right one for your body and your situation.
Absolutely. Those kinds of little, you might not think that those kinds of things make a difference, but they do. And they can make you go from sort of blah to right?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So please turn your attention to today's Fashion Hacks and Tips segment.
Hello and welcome to our Fashion Hacks and Tips segment. Today I'm going to be talking about A-line skirts and dresses, specifically the difference between half circle skirts and full circle skirts. Alright, so what's the difference between a full circle skirt and a half circle skirt? So as it's in the name, a full circle skirt is a full circle, and that because of that it has a lot of material. If you were to take a full circle skirt and cut the seam open and lay it on the floor, it would form a full 360-degree curvature. And because it has so much material, it starts to flare right at the waist, and it has a lot of volume, and it can often create a lot of gathers. While a half circle skirt, like this dress here has a half circle skirt, if you were to cut the skirt open and lay it out on the floor, it would only form a 180-degree curvature, which is only half a circle. And because it has less material, it is less voluminous, and it only starts to flare at the hip. Alright, so how do you choose whether you should wear a half circle skirt versus a full circle skirt? So one thing that you really have to consider is your body type. If you have wider hips, like I do, then you're gonna look better in a full circle skirt because you have the width to carry all of that volume. But if you have narrower hips, like my mom does, here's a picture of her. You're gonna look better in a half circle skirt because it's going to be sleeker and it's going to suit your narrower hips better. So another thing that you need to consider when choosing which type of A-line skirt is right for you is what kind of activity you're doing. Now, if you're concerned about your skirt potentially getting caught on things, then it's better to choose a skirt, a half circle skirt, because it has less volume and it won't get caught on things like this skirt in the picture. Another thing is if you're doing an activity where you need your full range of motion, like if you're dancing, like if you're doing ballroom dance or you're, doing ballet or some other type of dance, then it makes more sense for you to wear a full circle skirt like these skirts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Fashion Hacks and Tips segment, and I can't wait to see you again next week.
Welcome back to the Elevate Talk Show. In today's Around the Town segment, we are going to be sharing with you some of our summer adventures. We were on break for the summer, but that didn't mean we weren't busy because we were traveling from here, there, and everywhere. We went to a lot of different spaces and places in Metro Atlanta and beyond. Great time this summer.
Yeah, we had a great time. I mean, we went to South Carolina.
Yes.
We went to South Georgia to visit a peach orchard when we went to visit my sister and her husband and baby.
Absolutely. And if you love peaches and pecans, let me tell you, the peach orchard down in Fort Valley, Georgia, is the place you want to be.
Yeah, they have all things peaches.
All things peaches. So please turn your attention to our summer adventure travels. The Elevate Talk Show has been on the move this summer, so this week's Around the Town will feature some of our adventures around the Metro Atlanta area and beyond. Our family kicked off the summer on Memorial Day by heading down to Warner Robins in South Georgia to visit our oldest daughter and her family. While we were there, we stopped by Lane Southern Orchards in Fort Valley, Georgia. If you love peaches and pecans, this is definitely the place to be. We did a self-guided tour inside the market, which also has a cafe and a bakery full of scrumptious desserts. When we were done, we purchased some delicious peaches and a few other delectable items. During our time in South Georgia, we also visited a local nursery filled with every kind of plant you can imagine and bought a few to take home. In early June, we spent time in East Atlanta at the Market in the Garden pop-up event where Cauthens Confections, a mobile bakery owned and operated by co-host Adrianna, sold a ton of sweet treats. While Adrianna sold her baked goods, her father and I enjoyed visiting with vendors and listening to a local drummer provide some musical entertainment. Later in the month, we traveled north to Lancaster, South Carolina, where we attended the homegoing service of Louis Curtis Trapp's, Andrew's uncle who passed away. After the funeral, we got to go back to Uncle LC and Aunt Daisy's house and eat a delicious meal and spend time visiting with his aunt and other family members. In July, Andrew started our long-awaited kitchen renovation project. Because we were taking out cabinets and doing a complete reno, this meant lots of trips back and forth to Home Depot to purchase paint, light fixtures, appliances, and a plethora of other supplies. Hubby and I also spent time at the Floor and Decor, picking out butcher block countertops and backsplash for our new kitchen, and we even managed to turn a couple of our shopping trips into date nights. Although we were busy with the reno, we always make time to go bowling, and we headed over to the Comet Pub and Lanes in Decatur and spent time bowling with family and with some of the youth from our church. We had a blast. Birthday celebrations are big for our family, and in July, we celebrated our oldest grandchild, Amaya's 16th birthday. We took her and our grandsons to the Cheesecake Factory at Perimeter Mall. We had a delicious lunch, and then we spent time hanging out with the kids in the mall. In August, our family returned to TCH to acknowledge our oldest son, Anthony, and my big brother, Richard Johnson's birthdays. After the festivities, we took a few minutes to take a family picture to memorialize the event. Later that week, Adrianna and I met up with longtime friends Rena and Aisha and had a wonderful lunch at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, one of our favorite eateries. We had a summer that was filled with family, friends, and festivities, and we can't wait to do it again. To see more around the town adventures, visit the Elevate Talk Show YouTube channel and click the Around the Town playlist tab.
Hello and welcome to our Meal of the Week segment. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make easy homemade chicken sandwiches. Alright, so let's get on to our chicken sandwiches. So I'm going to be making 8 sandwiches. Half of them are going to be regular and the other half are going to be spicy. So let's start off by seasoning our chicken. So right here I have 4 chicken breasts that I have pounded out to about an inch thick, and I also cut them in halves to make them into 8 pieces. So now I'm going to start off by seasoning them. So I'm going to put some salt on. And then I'm going to do some ground black pepper. Some garlic powder. And some chili powder. And now I'm going to do our spicy chicken. So I'm going to put some salt. Some ground black pepper. Some garlic powder. some chili powder. And to give it an extra kick, I'm gonna put some cayenne pepper on it. That's gonna make these nice and spicy. All right, so I'm gonna season the other side of the chicken and then I'll be back to show you the next step. All right, so now that we've seasoned our chicken, we're gonna move on to the next step, which is marinating the chicken in buttermilk. So I'm gonna take our regular chicken and I'm gonna stick this in this bowl. And now I'm gonna pour about 2 cups of buttermilk over it and let it just marinate for about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna set this aside. And then I'm gonna do the same for our spicy chicken. I'm going to stick this in a bowl. And I'm gonna pour some buttermilk over it. And I'm gonna let it marinate. So I'll be back in about 20 minutes to show you the next step of the recipe. All right, so now we're gonna make the coating for our chicken. So right here I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a teaspoon of chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper to season our mix. And now I'm also going to add in half a cup of milk just to create some nice crumbles so that we'll have some nice crunchy chicken. All right. All right, so now we're gonna take our chicken out of the marinade, and we're just going to dip it in the flour mixture. And we're gonna double bread this. So once you've gotten it all coated with flour, you're going to dip it back into the milk, back into the marinade, and give it a second coating of the flour. And we're going to do that for all of the chicken. All right, so now that we've finished coating our regular chicken, now we're going to work on our spicy chicken. So I've taken 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, and I'm going to add that to the remainder of our flour coating mix. And I'm just going to whisk that in there just to add some extra spiciness to our chicken. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the spicy chicken as I did with the regular chicken. So I'm going to take it out of the buttermilk marinade. I'm going to dip it in the flour coating. And then I'm going to double bread it. So I'm going to dip it back into the marinade and then back into the flour coating. All right, so now that we've finished coating our chicken, we just have one last step before we put it in the oven. So what I like to do is take some vegetable oil, dip a brush in, and just put a little bit of oil on top of the chicken to dissolve the flour. This helps the coating to be nice and crunchy when you take it out the oven. Alright, so we finished the coating for the chicken. So now I'm gonna stick them in a 450-degree oven on the air fry setting. My oven has a built-in air fryer. I'm gonna cook these for 30 minutes. If your oven doesn't have an air fry setting, you can either put it in a separate air fryer like a air fryer, or you can put it in your oven on the convection set at 5 for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna put this in and then back to. Alright, so our chicken is in the oven cooking, and while we're waiting, we are gonna make a cucumber salad. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, that's not a cucumber that I'm holding. What is this vegetable that I'm holding? So, this is a water cuke. So, I planted a garden this spring, which included some cucumber plants. And a few weeks later, my mom planted some watermelons nearby. So, what we didn't realize at the time was that watermelons and cucumbers are related and that they can cross-pollinate and create hybrids. So some of our watermelons ended up actually being gigantic round cucumbers because they had cucumber DNA. So we're gonna cut one up and use it for a cucumber salad. So I'm gonna dice this up, and I'm assuming that you don't have access to any water cukes at home, so you can use some regular cucumbers and just dice those up instead. So I'm gonna dice this up. See how it's a big, gigantic cucumber slice? And now I'm gonna cut it into cubes. So I'm just gonna stick this in a mold. Okay, so I've got some tomatoes that I'm gonna add in. And I'm also going to add in some red onions, but you can use white or yellow onions as well. Alright, and now I'm just going to toss this until it's nice and well incorporated. And you can serve this with any salad dressing you want. You can use ranch or a vinaigrette or Italian, just whatever you want. It's going to go great with this. Alright, so our chicken is done, and I am going to assemble the sandwich. So I'm just going to take one of our pieces of chicken, and I'm just going to put it on a bun right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of mayo on the bun, just a little bit. And then I'm going to top it off with a few pickles. And there you have it, a nice homemade chicken sandwich. I'm going to give you a close-up shot so that you can see how good it looks.
Well, we hope you enjoyed Adrianna's easy homemade chicken sandwich. We need to take a little break, but we will be right back. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the Elevate Talk Show. Our time together is almost up, but before we go, we have a couple of things that we'd like to share with you. First of all, we've noticed that a lot of you viewers are not subscribed yet. You know exactly who you are, so please take a second to like this video and to hit subscribe. It really only takes a second.
That's right, very good. Also, we want to remind our audience that the Elevate Talk Show uploads a new episode to YouTube each week. We started a new season, and like we said at the beginning, we've got some new things, exciting things, fun things planned for you. It's including some live streams, right? And some product reviews and other things as well. So you want to tune in to each of our episodes each week. We generally upload Sunday nights, so look for us on Sunday nights around 7 p.m. Adrianna?
Yes, so thank you for watching the Elevate Talk Show. Please remember to keep an eye out for those live streams to like, share, and subscribe. See you next week.
See you you next time. Thanks for watching the Elevate Talk Show. Have a great week, everybody. Bye now.
Bye.